Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the DX JIKOKUKEN KAIJI from Kamen Rider Saber. This is the sword slash trident of Kamen Rider Durandal. You can see featured very prominently here on the right side of the packaging. Comes with the Ocean History Wonder Ride book. This was a premium Bandai release, and unfortunately I didn't make it into the first wave of releases, so I got into the second one, which is why this is a little delayed in getting out. But I'm very excited to take a look at this one. I think it looks really cool. I like how it has the two modes. I think that's going to be really fun. Packaging up here, again, just kind of shows this is the blade mode, and then we have the book as well. On the bottom down here, shows the trident mode in the book, and then it's mostly just warnings and whatnot. Over on this side, it's really just kind of the picture continuing on. And then over on this side, you just see Durandal holding the trident. I'm assuming that's a trident mode because they've gone and made it like very long. On the show, it's much longer than the roleplay toy is going to be, obviously. And then just kind of a cool picture on the back here. So pretty nice packaging, as is usual for premium Bandai. Let's go ahead, let's get everything out of the box here, and we'll take a closer look. So here's everything you get in the box. Of course, we have the trident slash blade piece. A lot of nice metallic paint here. The blue and the red look really sharp. And then you have this kind of little bit softer yellow translucent plastic for the bladed pieces. I'm assuming that's for safety reasons. It's not ridiculously soft, but it's just like a little bit softer, a little bit more malleable. And then on the back you have the two release buttons for when it is connected into the handle. Speaking of the handle, here we go. It is just kind of a giant box with a handle. Trigger button, you can see that's activating this piece here. It does not really do anything on its own, but the nice thing is it does come with batteries already installed, so you just pull a little tab out of there, and they're ready to go. Now, unfortunately, that does mean there's not really any on and off switch for this, which is kind of annoying. And there's the button inside that activates when the blade gets removed. And that's going to set this thing off, and it, like, never stops. But I noticed if you hit this button, it stops it. So in case you're ever wondering, because, again, there is no on and off switch, if you go to pull the blade out and you just want this thing to be quiet, just hit that button and it will stop. You have some nice kind of metallic chrome blue paint down here. Again, the trigger button doesn't really do anything on its own without anything connected. Really not much of this thing on its own until you start connecting stuff. So let's move these to the side for just a moment so that we can focus on the Ocean History book. I really like the cover for this one. You got a lot of fun aquatic life featured there on the front. It is a book for the middle slot of the driver. Over here you have some nice gold paint for the book symbol. You got the speaker. Here's where you pull the tab out for the batteries. Open this up. And then you have the QR code down here. Some more aquatic life. And then if we go ahead and pop this open, you can see Durandal inside. Looks pretty cool. I like that a lot. So that's it for the book on its own. I'm going to go ahead and put that off to the side now. We'll bring these pieces back in. So we will go ahead and pop this in like so. And I'll try to keep this in frame, but it is pretty big. It's a lot bigger than your usual roleplay toy, which I'm pretty impressed with. I think it's a nice size. Now, of course, on the show, the trident is probably 2 to 3 times as long as this because he can kind of, hold it and wield it like a spear, and that's not going to happen here, but it is pretty good length for a Japanese roleplay toy. You get kind of just like a generic sound. We can then hold this down to pop this out. Switch it around, and now we have the bladed mode. I think that's just the same sound again. Maybe it's slightly different, I honestly can't tell. But in any case, I think both modes here look pretty cool. I like this quite a bit. I really like, especially in the sword mode, I feel like this is definitely a good length for a roleplay sword. I feel like normally it would have probably stopped around here or so. So I think this definitely works. And like I said, really nice metallic paint. The red and the blue both look really, really good. But that's really all there is to do with this thing until you get the book in to transform. So let's go ahead and check that out. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop the book in. You get that kind of cool, like, ocean sonar sound. You're going to want to pull the blade out. And then pop it back in. So there you go. We are transformed. The act of putting the blade back in hits a button in the inside, which is what makes the book flip open. So you'll notice there, just hitting the trigger gives you just kind of the same generic slash sound, but if you hit it 3 times in a row, you do get kind of a fun little special attack there. So I'm going to go ahead, pop this out. We have to hold this button here. And now I'm going to flip this around. And we'll... As I accidentally hit the button, we'll go ahead and transform again. So I believe it's the exact same transformation. I really don't think it's any different there. That attack sounds a little different. So that's pretty cool. You do also have some attacks, like if you pop this out like he does on the show. And then pop it back in. And then you can hold this button down. So I think there are 2 different attack sounds there. I think one is supposed to be for the sword mode and one is supposed to be for the trident, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And of course, we have to try it in the sword driver. I think this is a pretty fun set. I actually really like both the blade and the trident mode. I think for the blade, it's actually a pretty decent length, especially for Japanese roleplay toys, which are usually a lot shorter. I mean, yeah, I wish the trident mode was a little bit longer, but there's really no way for them to make it like as long as an actual trident, so I never really expected that. But we got a lot of nice metallic paint. The color scheme overall I really like. The Ocean History Wonder Ride book I like a lot as well. A lot of fun sound effects and everything. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I don't really have too much to complain about. It's a little bit pricey because it's a premium Bandai release, but I definitely think it's worth it, and it's fun to finally have all of the swords for the show. So you can kind of, if you want to recreate any of those scenes where all the swords came together, you should be able to do that now. So I definitely think this is fun. If you have the means, I say go ahead and pick it up. At this point, I would say probably look for it on like Mandarake, Yahoo Japan Auction, something like that. Probably your best bet to find one on the secondary market, but definitely recommend picking it up. I actually like it quite a bit. I think it's a lot of fun. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.